Hi viewers, I'm Dilip Pintur. I'm gonna show you 3 superb tricks or hacks you must know in Excel. These 3 simple things are rarely known to people. You will definitely like this video and appreciate it. Let me show you the trick. I have a sample database here, Excel database. I have some details, name of a person, is a date of birth, address, his personal communication address, and his check details, amount, so date of receipt, and all those details I have. And so I'm going to show you the first trick. So let me show you this. See, I have some names here, and I want to strike out or highlight some of the names here for a purpose. So I'm going to just say, I'm going to highlight this with yellow, and I want to repeat this to some of the other names also. Here I'm going to use the same fill. Say I have used F4 key here to repeat the previous functions that I have done on the previous cell. So the first trick is this. So F4 key is used to repeat a task that you have done previously. So I have used a fill in here with highlight yellow fill, and I am doing it here also, and I am taking it forward to other cells, repeating it here also. So F4 key is like to redo what you have done previously. And more profoundly, I want to explain this in a different way, and I want to tell you this. I have filled in highlighter yellow, and I am going to change the font to, let's say, Arial black, and and I want to repeat it, so I'm striking F4 key. See here, only bold is applied, not the yellow fill, because it will only take the last thing whatever I have done. It's not that yellow fill, after that I have done bold, so it will take only the bold. Okay, and suppose I want even that yellow fill with the bold and to carry forward. How do I do that? So I have selected this cell, and I am clicking here this arrow mark to get this pop-up window. So here I'm going to select the font that I want to do, highlight and regular, and I want to increase the font also, and I'm saying I want to have the color, let's say white, and I want to strike through. Okay, and I'm choosing the tab fill, so I'm taking black here, and I'm going to hit OK. See, now I have got the strike through, bold, font changed, and filled with black. So I want the same thing to be repeated here. I'm going to strike the F4 key. See, it's repeated. Okay, this way you have a large huge database and selected thing that you want to do, maybe a particular color that you want to apply to certain names. It happens many times in Excel that we want to highlight certain things, certain names or certain category, and how do you do it manually? You have more functions, or highlight, bold, strike through, and you don't have to every time click on select all these things for each and every cell, but instead this will save your time. So I'm going to show you the second trick. I have a set of a small tabular here. I have serial number, particulars, rate, quantity, and cost. These are the particulars. So I'm going to show you the second trick, which is Control plus D key function. Like many times we want to repeat certain task, or and like I'll show you the trick first. Like here I'm going to do a small calculation. So rate into quantity, enter. So 9,000. So either I can drag this like usual, like we can drag this way, pull it down, so you can repeat this, or the other way to do is to get down here and say Control D. I'm going to enlarge this. Okay, now you have that thing. I'm going to get down here and say Control D, Control D. So Control D. So Control D is nothing but to repeat. So whatever is upper. So I have selected the. Let me do the undo. So whatever I'm doing it here. So whatever formula that I've applied above this cell, this will get applied here. Or whatever text, suppose there's a text here and I'm using the Control D, though that text will be repeated here. Here I'm applying the formula, so the formula is repeated here. So okay, now I'm going to do auto sum. So I'm using Alt plus enter. So auto sum is done. What if I use Control D here? Okay, let's do that as well. Control plus D. So what has actually happened? So it is repeated, no? So I have done the sum of E2 to E6. So it will do the same thing. Instead of E2, it will take from E3 to E7. E7. Okay, that way. So as I said, it will copy the text. I'm keeping it here and saying Control D. So it will copy whatever the cell is above this. So whatever number. So this trick will be mainly useful at times when you want to apply formula, or you want to copy. Suppose you have speakers here and you want to repeat that. You can just say Control D, Control D, and only when the cell is empty here and you press Control D, nothing will happen. So the cell where you are using Control D, the cell above that should have some content to repeat at the cell that you have selected. Okay, so use this Control D function and explore your way of doing it, and you will come up with more better way of doing this. So I'm going to show you the third trick here. The third trick I'm going to show you here. I'm going to use the same database used for the first trick. This is to hide the cell showing the value or text, whatever it's here. Like I'm working on a confidential document, and I have people who come around me, and I don't want people to peep in and see note some of the confidential data that I'm working with. So how do I hide those data from them? I'm sure you will know how to hide a column here. That is usual. Right click and do hide. You can hide a column, but instead of doing that, I don't want to do that. And what is the other way that I can hide the cell displaying the amount here? I have 5,000, 2,000, whatever the payments. I want to hide it from displaying here, but it should be displayed in the formula. So how do we do that? So that's the third trick that I'm going to show you. At times you will want to hide data's details from showing up, especially when you're working with volumes of datas, or confidential datas, and you have your security or assistant coming around, and or you're working on some tenders and some values are some database tender values. The chances that your assistant or somebody see the value, and you can hide those things here. So how am I going to do is, I'm going to hide all the values here. I mean the amount here. I'm going to select it. I can manually select it like this, or the column wise I can select, but here I'm not doing it because I want the amount to be displayed. So I'm going to use a trick. So after selecting the cells, press Ctrl+1. This will get you this same thing whatever we have done here, right? So that's a shortcut. I'm going to the number here, custom, and here in the custom I'm going to use colon, 3 colons, 3 semicolons, and then press OK. Now see, all my values are not visible here, but they are visible here on the formula bar. Okay, so suppose I want to check this value, just select the cell and you can see the amount here, right? So this will, and after completing your task you can again check this and say remove that 3 semicolons, like I'll show you. Ctrl+1, and you can just delete this 3 semicolon and say OK. So you're getting back your amounts displayed here. Okay, hope these 3 tricks would have been very useful to you. Do follow these tricks in your day-to-day activity in Excel so that you get used to it. I work on huge database at work, and I found these 3 tricks very useful in my work, and so I wanted to create this video and share it with you all. Do please comment below or write to me about this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.